Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All right,
No
all right,
video.
all right. Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world.
Oh, nothing going on. How smooth is that?
Look at that.
Huh?
Nice and smooth right in there.
That seriously, come on.
Yeah. No, that's pretty awesome, man.
Pretty freaking rare is what it is.
It is. It is. It is. It is.
Sorry, I didn't know you were going to be this early. I had to make a coffee.
Oh,
Like
no worries, no
freaking
worries.
coffee
I
left.
just
That's all I got left.
I usually send the link earlier, and then I just
Oh, maybe I just don't pay attention.
no. It's just because I you know what, like this has been the week for school, right? So I'm actually building my lesson for tomorrow's class. So
Isn't that fun?
yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it probably is fun.
I don't know. I mean, if the kids in my class they're not kids, if the guys in my class are listening, they can tell us if it's fun or not. But I think the first week's been pretty fun.
Well, how are these people?
They're 23.
Other kids.
Yeah, there's a handful that are older, but they're back. So this is Centennial College, and I'm teaching the two that kind of had me a little anxious and kind of tied up in knots is they're the advanced digital marketing group. So I teach them search engine marketing, search engine optimization, and search engine marketing. And I also teach them social media marketing.
Very cool.
You know, and so they like 2 hours of theory and then 2 hours of practical. So tomorrow is casework, and I'm kind of like, you know, yeah. So I'm trying to, you know, like I think it's just the whole, you know, these guys took the time to pay for the classes and do this work. I'm trying to make sure that everything I give them is super practical, and you know, when they leave my course, that they're ready for the real world, right? Or as ready as they can be. So yeah.
But if you make it too good, they're not going to come back. You got to leave them a little bit, you know.
Well, yeah, no, I just
you got to do it properly. If you're going to do this, do this.
You gotta, yeah,
right?
I gotta do it, right? So, yeah. So anyway, I'm, you know, that's the thing. So it's first week. I'm anxious, you know. So I'm just, you know, just I was in there making stuff, you know, right for tomorrow.
You'll breeze through it. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you know what you're talking about. That's 99.9% of the battle.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, these guys are always looking for practical applications to what they're doing. So if you want this class to put one of your social accounts through the ringers,
light it up,
try and light you up, we can do that.
No, it's up to them if they want to have some fun with that. Sure. What do I care?
No, I'm the one assigning all the labs, right? So like tomorrow,
you have access to some of these accounts. Just pick the one you want.
Yeah. Do you? Well, I don't. So I did want to ask you about that. So I didn't know. Like, I was thinking, if you wanted these guys to go after like the drive,
why not?
You know,
the coffee more importantly than the bar.
Yeah. Right.
Because the coffee can get distributed across the country. The bar can't.
Okay. I have a case for tomorrow that I'm going to put them through the ringer for. But I'll connect with you. I don't think I have logins for those, for the coffee in particular.
For Facebook, you probably do.
No, I don't think I do. I actually don't think I have any that for the coffee, but I'll get it from you.
Though, right?
What's that?
Can I make you an admin?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Do that. And then we'll put you through a social media assessment.
Sure.
These guys will love it, and then we'll even get them to build some content, and then
even more better,
test it and try it out, and then these guys can get some practical experience messing around with your stuff.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Facebook.
If we have listeners out there, so this is a neat plug. So if we have listeners that want help with social media and you don't mind having honestly, these are really bright kids. Like you can ask Kenny, like, I don't normally stress
Sign it
out
over Isaac signing over his account.
well, I don't
I
normally
have no
stress
faith in Phil.
over teaching kids, right? I respectfully, I call them kids, but these guys are really, really smart, right? So I'm pretty excited to have them, and I kind of don't want to let them down. So when you see me kind of get all anxious like this, it means that I actually hold them in quite high regard. So I want to make sure. If any of you have social accounts that you don't mind having some very bright kids, kind of think about and create you some pretty cool crap. Definitely message us, This Commerce Life, on Twitter, or thiscommercelife@gmail.com, and then hit me up, and I will hook you up. This is a 14-week course. I could get through a whole bunch of social accounts like this.
Oh, this would be awesome.
Yeah. So listeners, offer stands. So I got some really eager students that are pretty bright, that would love real life experience, and they'll build you. I'm going to push them because I'm going to teach them everything, like good content, Facebook posting, how to promote posts, when to promote posts, how to build a following, how to increase your following, all that kind of stuff. So
all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. Yeah.
So what else is going
on?
What's happening?
God, man, you know what? It's been kind of a crazy week. Like, so I am, oh my gosh. So I got these 3 classes going on, that have just kind of like chewed up a good chunk of my week, trying to get all these kids settled and curriculum settled and all that kind of stuff. I am, Mutlux and I are doing a ton of stuff together. We are gonna trying to get them, like this is where I'm not in my comfort zone, and I probably I've been recommending to them that they hire somebody, but I don't think they've got the resources for it. So I'm trying to fill in and be a PR person where I can.
Yeah.
So I think I've been burning. Those guys are like, what are you doing? Because I'm sending, like midnight emails here and things like that, because I'm trying to get some stuff done for them. But I wrote kind of what should be a semi-generic pitch for holiday guides, to put Mutlux in holiday guides, right? Because if you're looking at online magazines, they're going to start closing gift submissions, for all holiday guides,
fast.
But yeah, probably. I think the latest I've seen is beginning of November, but most of them close like middle of October. And so right now, the urgency is on. So I think I trolled 14 or 16 magazines, online that had editorial staff that had gift guides, just to get names and email addresses. And then I wrote up for them like a blank email, that they can customize, that says, hey, listen, like here's why you should put Mutlux in your gift catalog. Right. And then, so now I'm just trying to get the digital guy queued up. So he's sending out those emails. Cause I said to him, look, this is a game of, how persistent and bulldoggy can you be, right? Like you're going to send an email, 2 days later, you're going to be kind of creative about, hey, I'm not sure if you saw that, bump to the top of your inbox. And you're going to chase, you're probably going to send, creatively 3 different or 4 different versions of the same email, until either the editor tells you to go away politely or not politely, or you just kind of go, look, like I'm 6 emails in. I don't think this magazine they're going to answer me, so I got to move on to something else, right? But anyway, so it's just kind of that whole, if brands are listening and you're wondering how to get in, that's how you do it. You figure out who runs that gift guide, look for editorial, go to the contact us page and things like that. Look for the editor, find that. Try not to settle for a generic editor's email address. So the contact us at contactus.com really sucks. You're really looking for somebody's name, right? Like emily.smith at NewYorkTimes.com or whatever.
Search LinkedIn, search
Yeah,
Facebook, like
yeah,
just do the hunt.
yeah, and
And be
then
persistent. Don't
be
give up, because if you
very
don't get an
persistent.
individual,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
you just end up in, sales of,
yeah,
order of, info
yeah.
of,
All
or
those kind
ads.
of
Like
bulk,
you're never get anywhere.
non-reply. Yeah,
No,
and then the other one is explaining to he was like, all right, I'll send all these, and I go, look, the other way to go is exactly that, is like instant messenger them, DM them in Twitter, things like that that are untypical that make them pay attention, right? Because that's like PR is, there's just so much news out there that you need to find a way to break through so that they hear you.
To me, I would tell them I
you
would
know,
do LinkedIn, and I would do Twitter.
yeah,
Like seriously, and I would do I'm definitely if you're gonna do something cool, like,
yeah,
hey, what a great product, blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah 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 blah. It would be so cool in this magazine at Phil Chang.
yeah,
Like, I know it's
yeah.
a little bit nutsy, but who cares?
Mm-mm.
Right? You get one crack
Yeah,
at these things, and you're not gonna,
yeah.
honestly, the general emails, you're not gonna get answered.
No, you won't get
I mean,
any.
you can't even get answers from buyers that
No. Yeah.
never mind someone who has, well, you know what it's like.
I do. I do.
My
Yeah, yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah. If there are PR people, we would love to hear from you as well. Hit us up, because any other tips you have would be great. This is Phil Hacking Together PR.
Get Shanine.
But yeah. Actually, I got to talk to her still. I owe her a phone call. Yeah. Like maybe we'll get Shanae on here and see if she can.
Tell us how to. I would love
tell us
Shane
how
to
to
come
do
on.
this.
Tell us how to do it. What do you do?
Yeah, yeah.
Even for a lot of business, what's PR?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And what's new PR versus old PR?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And what's good
Yeah.
PR versus not good PR?
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
And what is like, yeah, I mean, it's public relations, like the PR in terms of press release. Like, what's a good press release?
Yeah.
Is something press release worthy?
Yeah.
I wrote one for one time for Shanine. I think it was for the bar, maybe it's for the coffee. And I thought it was like, oh, wow, it's pretty skookum, right?
Yeah.
I sent it to her. Nah, it's not going to work. It's not that exciting. Maybe it's not exciting. It's exactly what you told me to do. I went online. I looked at someone else's PR. I kind of almost wrote it the same, except mine was better.
Yeah.
Nah. How's that?
Yeah. I mean, you know what?
And then she told me why. And I started thinking, well, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Right. But who cares?
Yeah.
She's right. It didn't work, but that's a different story. Shut up, listen.
Yeah.
But what you do is ask someone like that, because it'll save you time.
Yeah.
And she'll just point you in the right direction. Say, okay, don't do it that way, knucklehead. Do it this way.
Yeah. That's one thing I'll say is PR people, like, people tend to react to PR people kind of like lawyers, because they have a different personality to them. So having known a few PR people in my lifetime, I would say don't be put off by how frank they are, because PR people are paid to see, black and white and what works and what doesn't work.
Give them a hug, man. They're saving you time, money, and effort. Let them be as honest as they want.
Yeah, they are super blunt. They're kind of super direct at it. Exactly. But what they do is kind of gold, right? So make sure, like, you whatever egos are kind of easy bruising you do, put that crap away when you're with a PR person, because a PR person, I don't even know how many times I've had someone go, that's too long. You just took like 2 minutes to explain, that's too long. Like, give it to me again, like in 30 seconds or less, right? And then as soon as I open mouth, they're like, no, that's too long.
You start thinking, right? Like, too long. Like, you look at them,
you
think, shut the hell up, I'm sitting too long. I got another good one too. Her name is Wendy Hartley.
Yeah,
it's Wendy Hartley PR.
Okay.
But Wendy would be another great one to rebound stuff off.
Okay.
Super bright, really nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, and then do that. Like, it is gift guide season. So if you're a small brand entrepreneur, and you want to get in, like, now is the time, right? Think about all those places. Don't be afraid to go big either, right? Like the New York Times has a gift guide, right? And the Mutlux guys are like, do we want to go there? And I go, yeah, of course you do.
Why not?
Like, what's the worst that happens? They don't answer you, or they say no, right?
Why not? I mean, again, find out who they are.
Puts you in the gift guide, like, holy shit.
What do you got to lose? Especially like Mutlux. If you think of those people, right? So find out who they are.
Yeah.
Right. If you find out the person, send the email. Yeah. I'd send the package anyway.
Yeah.
Right after, I'd even say in the email, listen, I've already sent you a pair.
Yeah.
And then send some articles, like for Mutlux especially, because there's so much media. It's the first I've ever seen it. So much media on puppies and hot roads. Maybe because we're
Yeah.
all getting hotter
Yeah.
summers.
Yeah.
You can do, puppies or dogs in general. I
Yeah.
always go puppies because they're cuter.
Yeah.
Puppies, like, and the cold is coming, the ice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Well,
Winter is
a long
coming.
time from now, but that's fine. April or May. I can't. I told my son we got to watch Game of Thrones again. I said because I already forgot
Oh
what the
my
hell's
God.
going on.
Oh my
So
God.
winter. By the time winter gets here, Christ Almighty, we're all gonna be dead. Let's get going.
I'm having withdrawal. I gotta
I might have to rewatch them.
Rewatching stuff, right? Like I
Yeah.
just randomly picking episodes because I gotta
I might have to do this.
satisfy the fix somehow.
I'm feeling massive withdrawal.
Yeah. Like I haven't seen anyone beheaded in a while, or
or someone who shouldn't die.
Yeah.
Character I like. Oh, there that one goes. Oops, there goes that one.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah. God, I love that show.
Love that show.
Oh, man.
Anyway, go back. I like the idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So we've been doing that.
That's a good idea.
And then I'm building a webinar for the Interlocate people. We will. You and I will figure out with Yulia when to get her on. But Yulia's the Interlocate.
That's when you're trying to connect this up with. Afternoons right now, buddy. I am just. I hate busy. I'm not busy. I am. Like a full plate, man.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Full plate.
Yeah. So I'm and then like webinars are another thing. So I'm building a webinar right now, and it is, everyone thinks that the webinar, the presentation is the hardest part, and it's the easiest part, right? Because it's all in your head. It's all you got to do. But like getting people to show up for it, talking about it, setting up the landing page so people can sign up, like all that coordination stuff, like, we're talking about doing one the end of September, and it's, like we're beginning of September, right? So I'm already like running crazy trying to get that stuff set up for them, right? So we can run this webinar.
They're tough to do though, because I think even with those, like, I'm sure or someone knows is, when is it too early to tell people are going to do it?
Yeah.
When is it too late? Because it's no different than like events or anything on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
You put an event out, 50 people are going, oh, everybody's going.
Yeah.
Who shows up? Nobody.
Yeah. It's
right. And webinars, I know people have done them and they said, I had great pre-response, but
yeah. Well, the trick is how you want to gauge how long you can sustain the momentum, right? So you kind of start from like, if we're gonna go if it's going live the last week of September, you want to go 3 weeks before with a nice soft, hey, we're coming and we're going to do this. You've got to write some, good copy, some very, not clickbaity, but definitely interesting headers of why it's relevant, why people want to take a half hour out of their day to listen to the thing. So usually you do that 3 weeks before. At 2 weeks before, you're pushing people to sign up. At 1 week before, you're reminding them that they should have signed up already and could they share it with other people. And then the week of, you'll put one out the week of, and then you put one out the hour before, is kind of how you usually do it. Anything more than that, you usually lose people. Even then you lose people. And then the math is always whatever you have signed up, half of them will remember to join you, and you usually get like somewhere between a quarter and half of the entire list that shows up for the actual webinar, and then usually about 3/4 of the list will actually watch it once you send it to them afterwards. So
wow.
Yeah. So it's
that, what it is, that's a function of just a lot of noise out there.
Yeah.
Right. There's just so many. You can do webinars all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like you could do just full-time watching webinars.
Yeah.
And never see the same thing twice.
Yeah, no, you really, So anyway, I mean, so I'm trying to get some of that stuff done for them, so that we can go. So I got a lot of stuff going on.
Trust me, I know. But that's okay. It's good, right? It's that's the whole point of doing this, right? It's to stay busy.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Man, what about you? What's going on? What's on full plate,
right?
Baby?
Just I don't know, man. It's already Thursday. I don't know what happened. I mean, I know it was a short week, but and I've got so much shit to do tonight.
Yeah.
And then I've got Acuity tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Hope she remembered.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was supposed to phone in or send me a link, or maybe I'm supposed to phone in. I don't know. Something's supposed to happen tomorrow morning.
No, she'll send
She
you
usually some link or something.
she sent you a join.me link.
I'm sure she'll do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So I got that, and then I got 2 appointments in the afternoon, 2 new people.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's good. There's just lots of stuff out there, right? It's always the same thing, right? And it was 3 days. It's been 3 days of spreadsheets.
Yeah.
And arguing about pricing and margin. Arguing. And today was arguing. Today was arguing about pricing margin. No, we cannot run 25% margin as a distributor. Yes, we can. No, we can't. Yes, we can. No, we can't. Right. And I'm telling the rep, I said, well, UNFI can do it. I said, you're talking about, $100 million companies. We're not that company.
We're not that guy.
The little group of SKUs we're talking about maybe does 50, 60 grand. I said, you can't run because
we don't have those kind of
for a scan back.
Yeah.
As soon as they ask for something, you're going to be approaching negative margin.
Yeah.
Well, how can they do it? I said, because they blended over 1 trillion SKUs.
Yeah.
And they work on, if you're doing $10 million at 25, you got $2.5 million absolute dollars to play with. You're never going to spend that in marketing.
Yeah. Well,
you have a product that's 50 grand.
Yeah.
At 25 margin, that's 12,500. You can definitively piss away that in minutes.
Yeah.
Well, how do you do it then?
Yeah.
The guy wants a scan back or whatever, $1 a unit. I mean, before you know it, you got $5 grand in scan backs.
Ugh.
The ad's going to cost $5 grand. Well, you got 12.5 to play with. You're down 10. You haven't done it.
Yeah.
And that's what I told us. You guys, you're not thinking. So your logic's right, not with the number.
Yeah. Well, because you don't do the math, right? You're thinking about a gross number, but you're not actually figuring out what it actually means to you, right? So,
and because they don't, again, somebody argues with people, oh, don't worry about percentage, only worry about the absolute dollars. That's all you bank. You're right. That's 100% right.
Yeah.
Only the back part, that's the number you bank. You better worry about the front number because the percentage dictates how much you get the bank.
Yeah.
Right. If you can run on a 1%, 1% return and still bank money, I hate to tell you, my friend, you got to be doing a pretty big, a pretty big number for that 1% to click in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do a 1% return on $100 and expect to do much. You can't even buy a cup of coffee for $1. So I always tell people, don't give me that bullshit. Bankable this and the percentage doesn't matter. God damn right, the percentage matter. It all matters.
Well, yeah, no, look at the whole picture, right? Like, you can't. I guess being honest as an entrepreneur is probably the biggest thing, right? Like, you got to look at the numbers and be honest, right? Like, you got to look at the big picture. And
otherwise, you know what? You as well as I do. You can make that number tell you whatever you want it to tell you.
Yeah.
Right. Today it makes sense. Tomorrow it doesn't.
It's just data, right? It's just numbers. Like I can split it. I can slice it 8 ways to Sunday.
So can I. I've made myself believe shit that I don't even know how I believe it. I've had shitty numbers look awesome to the point where I'm thinking, like, what was I worried about? Look at that number. It's beautiful.
It's great, and then you go, oh,
yeah,
I remember that. Somebody explained this.
Another week of costing, buddy. Another week of costing.
Yeah.
I swear to God, lately, it's all I seem to be doing is worrying about freaking just, it's all good. It's just one of those weeks. Just one of those weeks. I'm hoping tomorrow goes well. I got a couple new people. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually kind of not regretting because I'm taking my mom and dad to the interior next week. So we'll be doing probably from Osoyoos next week.
Okay.
I don't know about Thursday. I might have to wait till Friday.
Okay.
Because I don't know what time we're going to get into Osoyoos.
Yeah.
But
I don't know where that is. Where's Osoyoos?
You know where Osoyoos? Osoyoos is our desert in BC. So Osoyoos all the way up to Vernon is wine country. Osoyoos is right on the border.
Okay, I got it.
And it sort of starts that valley belt of wine. And that's it. It just goes all the way up.
All you had to say was wine country, and I understand you.
Yeah, total wine country.
You gave me the name, so I didn't know what to do with that. But wine country makes a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're only there for a day and never heading into trail.
I know where trail is. Trail is cool. I like trail.
Trail was fun. It was fun growing up anyway. I don't know if you want to. Trail's a nice place to raise kids. Trail's a nice place to be a kid.
Trail. Right? Why?
Trail's right on the border too. Everybody thinks it's in the north.
You know what? I'm trying to remember why. You know why? Because there's a Walmart there.
That's right.
Trail, right?
That's right. Which is an odd place for a Walmart. There's really not a crap load of population.
Yeah, I remember this now because I went there to help them open because I was with Danon then, and we were doing we were helping Walmart open their pantries. That's why
You
I
been
was
to
in
Trail?
there. Yeah, I've been to Trail.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been to some really odd places. I've been to Trail, and then I went to there's a place up on the almost on the Alaskan Panhandle. Prince Rupert.
Prince Rupert's a big port. It's not a big state. Huge deep water port. That's where they were going to put all the liquid natural gas and all that shit was going to go through. Well, I guess is going to go through that port.
I think when they opened the Prince Rupert, I think it's Prince George. No,
Prince George is right in the middle.
Prince George
Prince
is in the
Rupert's
middle.
right on the coast.
In there. Prince Rupert is the one I went to.
Sort of by I don't know what the islands are.
Yeah, it's like way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I shouldn't say that because I don't know anything about BC outside of outside of East Van and Trail. I'm pretty not that
So I've been there. I've been to Prince Rupert. I've been to Trail. I've been to Labrador City, all the way on the other side. Labrador City is the interior or like the mainland of Newfoundland.
Yeah, I know where Labrador is. I just drove Labrador. I didn't know there was a Labrador City.
Yeah, so it's yeah. Anyway, I've been there too, and that was if there's anyone listening from Labrador City, don't be offended, but there really wasn't much there.
They would probably tell you the same. Doesn't mean it's a bad place.
Yeah. Well, I really wasn't prepared to go there because I had to go because I was helping to open the Walmart there, and I think at the time there's one hotel there. I think it was like the Rose Inn or something like that, and they had no rooms. Period. Because there's like 3 rooms in the Rose Inn or something like that. So I wound up sleeping in my car, my rental car, for the night. Anyway, it was
bit of a mess.
Yeah, it was, things you do, right? So
hey, it's all part of it, man.
Yeah.
It's all part of it.
Yeah.
So listen, when I'm in Asia, like what do you want to look for?
Oh my gosh.
It's a big pet show, right?
Is it so you're going for pet? Is that what you're going for? Okay. What's big in pet? Don't do leashes.
No, leashes, collars, all that shit. It's a 12,000. It's like doing socks.
Yeah.
If you could just do black socks, you can make a lot of money in socks.
You could.
But nobody wants black socks. They want 75 colors and 350 sizes.
Yeah. And
vice
you
versa.
Want to stay away from all that. The problem is the things that the pet population is going to get into aren't really Chinese things.
No, you have to go there and see something that someone's making.
Yeah.
And say, okay, is it available?
Oh, yeah. But it's going to be, the problem is they're going to get into supplements. Like they're into, the pet population's into CBD.
CBD's happening. We're looking at that too. But the challenge with that is you can't do it from over there.
Right. And that's you know what I mean? Like all those supplements and omega oils and all that stuff, right? Like all of that stuff is big and will be big for the next year or two.
Yeah.
But all of that stuff's not stuff you want to get from China.
No. If anything, they're all looking to get that from here.
Yeah. What's neat is like behavioral games. That's a really big thing that they could replicate over there. So if you wanted to look at that, that's I don't know. It's been a long week.
I'll take a look at some stuff. You know what it is? I'll send you pictures when I'm there.
Yeah. Okay.
There's always cool stuff, right? That's always the fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hey, your Muttlux, did you guys get them into any retail, or is it just strictly going to be an online play?
With Muttlux?
Yeah.
Muttlux is all over the place. They've already got
independence or mass.
A lot of independence.
Independence, I would assume that.
Yeah.
Did they just sell themselves or did they distribute?
No, they've got distributors. Yeah. Horizon, I think, is one of them.
So not be using a pet distributor.
Yeah. No,
really?
they've got yeah. Yeah, so they're kind of all over the place, and then they've got an agreement with PetSmart. I don't remember.
Oh, nice.
how
We got a
many
good pet
stores they
distributor
have.
out here who does Canada.
Yeah.
He's a very nice guy.
Oh, really?
So looking for a
Okay.
pet distributor on our side of the world.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, I'll
seriously,
ask
he's
him.
super nice.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
probably know him,
yeah,
right?
probably.
But
Yeah,
if they're looking for somebody like that,
yeah.
that might be kind of cool.
I do have a brand that I'm working with that does omega oils out of New Zealand that's looking for a distributor.
In pet?
In pet, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we should maybe talk about that one too. That might be
Yeah,
something.
let's talk about that.
What's
The
costing look like?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. She's got she's at 40. I think she's at 50 points for retail. So
You get
there's
retail at 50 points, and then
yeah. So there's room in there for a distributor still. Might be a bit tight, but I think there's still room to figure that out.
you know what? I even think a lot of the independents, the idea of the 50s is slowly
Yeah.
they're slowly figuring out that world doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So really, a 40 is probably where they're because they're not getting 50 anyway.
Yeah.
They're typically having to discount before they start selling. So
yeah,
I think they're all learning that if you park at a 40,
yeah,
you got lots of room still.
yeah,
But that gives you that extra 10 on our side is what gives the distributor potentially
yeah.
some play. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, she's looking, and then because she's out of New Zealand, so West Coast is better for her. And then
Well,
to land
totally.
something like that would be good for her. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, let me
let's
know when
talk
you get
about that.
closer to it, and
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see. There's another one
yeah,
I just got too from someone I know, and I didn't have a really good chance to take a look at it yet. So I'll talk to you about it since
yeah,
you're here. And it was a CBD type of thing,
yeah,
which I always find it. There's so much of it, right?
yeah,
There's just so much,
yeah.
like so much, and you're kind of thinking, okay, well, it's funny because again, where's it going to land?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I got to
I don't
find
know.
it. It was actually pretty cool, and I thought, wow, this is I don't know, man. This one could be kind of fun.
Okay,
So
okay,
I got to try to find it, and I'll send it to you.
very
I'll send
cool.
it to you later
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see
yeah,
what you think.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's just so many things going on. And like some really weird, not weird, but like for me, like you had a lot of costing conversation. I had like they were all over the board, right? Like some of them are social media, some of them, I'm helping this guy who's got an app that he's in beta testing. So he's trying to find, the way you test tech startups or like core apps is you kind of find a key focus group, like a small core, like 100 people sort of thing, test behavior, see who hits what buttons, that sort of thing, and then learn what they care about in your app, and then you kind of transform your app into something they care about, and then scale it. And so for him, he's building, but he needs he didn't really even have assumptions on size and population, so we did some of that work, and then we drilled down to a guess in his population. Now we're doing social media to see if it resonates with those guys, do you know? So it's just like it's all beta testing, right? It's literally like, it's where you have to have the thickest skin. You put out good content, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You kind of cry in your sleep a little bit and wake up in the morning and do it again, right? So yeah.
I think I crave those conversations because almost
Yeah.
all my conversation right now
Yeah.
always get down the cost of margin. Like I'm just thinking, I would love someone just to, and not that I know shit about it, but
Yeah.
even just the bullshit about it would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can definitely, and when I crack open your coffee, it'll be next week. It'll be I'll run the guys through it. It'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or when the labs happen. So Thursday, Friday next week, we'll look at the drive, and then you'll just start to see concepts of like,
I think that'd be a hoot. Like
yeah,
seriously, what the hell? I mean, like,
yeah. It'd
take
be
it and
super
run.
fun. Yeah, super super fun.
Well, and
Yeah,
plus the best part is it's the right age group,
yeah, yeah.
right? I mean, ideally, that's who we'd love to be drinking I would love to be
Yeah,
drinking our coffee.
yeah.
Like they're the perfect group.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be really fun. And then you and I will have a lot to talk about, right? Because you'll just be like, wait, why these posts? Like, why are we doing these? Or we thought these are the right thing. Like those are the best ones, right? Because you're just going, I thought this was the right thing, but nobody clicked on that. But everybody clicked on the other post that we thought was hideous, right? And then you start to get into like, is it the messaging? Is it the picture? What is it?
So what we should do is if it won't be this week, it'll be the following week. So what we should do is maybe a couple days before a Tuesday launch or whatever, before we talk on a Thursday night, send people. Send people to this page so they could follow. So when we're talking about it,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to have them, before the even podcast comes out, to kind of get the page ready and
Yep.
listen to it, and they can kind of walk through it. Because if anything, this is a great way
Yeah.
for others to learn stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's what these
a
kids
great
can
idea.
do. And this might be for
Yeah.
companies that aren't huge but have a little bit of money to spend. Say,
Yeah.
wow, you know what? And if we can get kids like that,
Yeah.
It's not going to break the bank.
Yeah.
That might be kind of fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
that'd be really cool.
Teach the kids, that's how you get jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you do a little free work and you fart around and you let someone who doesn't mind things, but at least you get a crack to see if you actually know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Test the theory.
Get some chops in there.
Absolutely.
Right? Test the theory. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see if it actually makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it'd be cool. Be very
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Man. That's what's going on. Like it's just kind of, this is like scrambling. I was laughing. I told her I would talk about her. I met a lady tonight who I don't think she's going to turn into business for me, but it's not a big deal. Because that's kind of what we do. But she's trying to build kind of a concierge or like a personal shopper program.
Yeah.
And she's just been, she was pretty cool about it, but she was laughing. She said to me, so her name's Belinda. And so Belinda, if you're tuning in, I said I would talk about you, but she said to me, I'm so crazy. I'm all over the place. I have ideas. You should see my desk. It's so scrambly because I got all this crap of like ideas I've written down that I might be chasing. And then I get distracted and I do other things. And like halfway through that description, I started laughing at her and I said, listen, like, I think every entrepreneur is like this. I can tell you for sure. I know exactly what Kenny's going to say. Kenny's going to say, look, I got the attention span of a gnat.
Literally.
So like,
yeah, that's pretty much it. So the way she's describing it, thinking, okay, so what's the problem? Like, Lord, give me the issue.
Yeah.
What part is not right there?
Yeah. Well,
you want to focus.
I was laughing at her going, just
that's awesome.
Like this is how it works, right? So
plus those are the people that you get most excited about. Yeah. Okay. Just, so Belinda realizes, we all know that sooner or later we have to focus in on a couple things and kind of close it.
Yeah.
But when I walk in and see a clear desk on anybody, in a clear room, I just look and think, wow,
I worry a little.
Wow, this is kind of not my space.
Yeah.
When I walk into freaking disaster, I mean, as long as it's not messy, but like if there's paper and shit all over and 50,000 things to go, I get kind of stoked in those offices.
Yeah.
I think that's
there's
the
stuff
difference
going on, right? So there's
something happening, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of clean freaks walk in and think it's chaos, and maybe it is.
Yeah.
But my first impression is, oh man, this is awesome, man. There's a lot of shit happening here.
Yeah. So anyway, so Belinda, if you're listening, welcome to the club. Yeah.
Next time, Belinda, tell us a real problem. Don't tell us what we already all know. None of us use a problem. Most of us are saying, okay, what's the problem?
Yeah.
You've described exactly what we're all like. Okay, well, now, so what's the issue?
She actually had a really interesting. Her problem was she did all the right things, right? She ideated the idea, started building, and then went to a whole bunch of starter classes, right, to try and figure out like what's next, and then just got overwhelmed, right? Because she was like,
that's typical.
What the heck, right? Like now I need a business plan. I do costing, but how do I do costing? How do I build a test? Like, what do I, I said to her, okay, just like what have you got already, right? And she's like, well, I've got the idea. And I go, okay, great. Is the idea flushed out? And she's like, yeah, I've got details. I go, great, put it to bed. You got a working plan, you're good. So let's figure the rest out, right? And then we had to break everything out. So we looked at her cost, and I said, here's what you got to think about, right? And then here's the cost you need to start up. And then we started talking about, like, how do you test the idea? Like, how do you do it as cheap as you can? Like, how do you get the data points you need to be able to go, this is a thing, we can do this, right? Or it's not a thing, we shouldn't do this, right? So but I feel like that's something too, right? Like, entrepreneurs there's that moment of excitement, and then there's a moment of like, oh my god, there's so many things I got to worry about. How the heck do I figure out what's first, right? So
that's part of it, though, right? That's why there's so many people you can get access to today.
Yeah.
And there's so many people, like, it doesn't have to be our show, any show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of podcasts, there's webinars, and I know she's done a lot of that, and I get it.
Yeah.
But focus, just don't do 50 different people.
Yeah.
Try to, do the usual. Take a look around, get some recommendations, and go to one or two people. And when you start feeling comfortable, ask.
Yeah.
Most people will help. They won't do the whole job for you, but they'll hold your hand for a little bit or point you into the right direction. And really, that's
what you need.
Takes the anxiety out of the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Because you know what it's like. It's stressful. You know, who do you turn to? How do you do it? Who do I ask?
Yeah.
And then they get bogged down, and a lot of times on the shit that's important, but not as important as something else was at that moment.
Yeah.
Right?
I hear you.
You know, how do I file my taxes? You know what my answer is? Are you making any money? The answer is no. Don't worry about taxes. At least your words. Next. Let's work on something that's up front. How about we try to make some money so we can pay some taxes?
That is actually maybe my most favorite thing about taxes, is when you're not making enough money, right? You literally can go to the government and go, sorry.
What do you want me to do? Go ahead.
Tax me.
Sure.
I still owe money on everything else. So, get in line.
Matter. Put on the list.
All right. That's the end of this Commerce Life. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like us, join us, share us, tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you next time with more commerce news.